Welcome to Spanish with Garcia. Translates your favorite Hispanic song. Let's go, guys. So, guys, in this series, I'll be translating all of your favorite Hispanic songs. I'm going to be starting off with the classic Debí, Tirar, Fotos, because, of course, we know the Super Bowl is coming up and everyone wants to know what all Bad Bunny songs actually mean, okay? If you have a song that you've always wondered, I wonder what this song means or what this word means, drop me down a comment and let me know what song you want me to translate next, guys, okay? So we're going to begin with Debí tirar más fotos. And the first line you can see there on the screen, guys, we say, otro sunset bonito que veo en San Juan. Already you can see the Puerto Rican style of Spanish. He's already bringing in a little bit of English into the lyrics, okay? So otro here means another, sunset, okay? Obviously we know what sunset means, but if you want to say it in Spanish, we say atardecer, atardecer. This is when the sun goes down, okay? And then we have bonito. So bonito means pretty, okay? But remember, guys, when we're talking about bonito or adjectives in Spanish, when it ends in an O, we're talking about masculine nouns, okay? We're referring to a masculine noun. When it ends in an A, we're referring to a feminine noun. So always keep that in mind, okay? And then you have here que. Very quickly, what do you think que means, guys? If you said what, you're not completely incorrect, okay? You're actually right. But in this case, que, we're using it to comparison, okay? Similar to how we use like than, okay? Or actually, we can also use it like we use that, okay? That, okay? So here we're saying, otro sunset bonito que, another sunset pretty, another pretty sunset, okay? Remember that in Spanish, we put the adjectives after the noun, okay? Never before, always go after noun. So kind of the opposite of English that we say like blue car. In Spanish, we say car blue, carro azul, okay? So, otro sunset bonito que that veo en San Juan. So here we're using the verb ver, okay? So ver, when you conjugate it in first person, we add the O, que veo en San Juan, in San Juan. San Juan is obviously a city in Puerto Rico, guys, okay? So you can see it. Repeat after me. And you can see on the screen right here, guys, you can see how to actually pronounce the words referring to the phonetics in English. Use that to help you practice, guys. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 seconds very quickly. Say that for me. Fantastic. And what we can do, guys, we can practice our pronunciations, okay? So we can say, otro sunset bonito que veo en San Juan. So let's move on into the next phrase, guys, okay? We can continue here, okay? And we have here, disfrutando. Disfrutando comes from the verb disfrutar, okay? So disfrutar means to enjoy, okay? To have fun, okay? And here we're using ando. Ando, when you ever have the adjective, whenever you have a verb that ends in ando, it's very similar to how we use ing in Spanish. So we're talking about something that is continuous, okay? So I'm not disfrutar, disfrutando, I'm enjoying, okay? I'm enjoying. De todas esas cosas, okay? Here it's a little bit different to English because we're kind of saying like of all the things, okay? De todas esas cosas, of all those things, okay? Obviously in English we wouldn't say it specifically like that, but that's what we're saying, disfrutando de todas esas cosas, enjoying of all those things, okay? And here again, we're using que, and we're not referring to que as in what. Again, we're using it as that. Disfrutando de todas esas cosas que extrañan. Extrañar means to miss, okay? Okay, que extrañan, he's using it here as a third person, as they. Extrañan los que se van. So here, los que se van, they, that, they go. So it's kind of a little bit complicated here, but we can actually see the translations here. For example, very quickly, enjoying all those things that those who live miss. Okay, so we're saying really here, we're referring to when you leave somewhere and you miss all those things from your home. For example, I was raised in England and recently I'm going back to London. So here you're talking about all those things that I miss from London. My friends are enjoying it, okay? So let's try the pronunciation for you guys here. We're going to say, disfrutando de todas esas cosas que extrañan los que se van. So you can already see here, Bad Bunny is talking about, he's reminiscing a lot about Puerto Rico. He's talking a lot about the things that people miss when they leave their home. And this is why I think a lot of Latin Americans, we really We really felt connected with this album because a lot of us Latin Americans, we've actually left our countries. I'm from Venezuela. I was raised in England. So you're talking about all those things that I miss from Venezuela that I never really got to enjoy. So obviously you're talking about these things that we miss. So let's move on to the next lyric that we have here, okay? And we have here, of course, it says, disfrutando de noches de esas que no se dan, okay? So here we're talking about enjoying nights like those that don't happen anymore. You can already see here, guys, sometimes if you want to see the difference between Spanish and English, that the sentences, sometimes if you translate them straight away, they don't 100% make full sense in English because obviously we're using different grammatical structures. But the important thing is that you get the gist. You understand fully what the meaning of the lyrics are, okay? Let's look at the pronunciation. Enjoy nights like those that don't happen anymore. Again, he's referring to enjoying, making the most of those moments that are really, really special that you don't really get to have. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us can relate to this, okay? Enjoying those moments that no longer happen, okay? So let's move on. And now let's practice the pronunciation one more time. And remember, guys, you can look at the pronunciations here to help you learn how to say it correctly, okay? Use this as a guidance, okay? Because Spanish is phonetic, English is not quite phonetic, and we've tried to make our best here so you can see what the pronunciation actually sounds like. So let's practice it one more time. So when you say it for me in 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, go. Nice, nice, nice. Guys, remember, if I'm going too quick, guys, you can always pause the video to give yourself a little bit more time to pronunciate the words, okay? So let's practice it, okay? So we're going to say, disfrutando de noches de esas que ya no se dan. Fantastic, guys. Okay, very good, very good. So let's move on to the next part. Que ya no se dan. Okay, que ya no se dan, he is referring to that don't happen anymore. Okay, so we're talking about these nights that are special, that don't happen anymore. Okay, so que here, remember that it means what, but it can also mean that, it can also mean than. And you learn, as you learn through lyrics, that a lot of words in Spanish don't 100% have the same meaning in English and are used slightly different. Okay, que ya no se dan. Okay, let's move on to the next part, guys. So here we have the word pero. Pero means but, guys. And by but, I don't mean as for you dirty motherfuckers. Pero means but, okay, as in but this, okay? So here we have the word queriendo. Does anybody know what the word queriendo means? It comes from the verb querer, okay? And similar to when we refer to disfrutando, we're now looking at the verb querer, queriendo, okay? The verbs that end in er are conjugated slightly different. So you can see here we have an I endo, okay? Queriendo, wanting, wanting. And then the verb volver. Volver means to go back, okay? To return. So in English, we can say different ways. In Spanish, we're going to say volver, okay? A la última vez, okay? To a last time, okay? Or we can really, what it's really trying to say here is like one more time, wanting to return once again, okay? Wanting to return to these really good moments once more, okay? So let's look at translation, but wanting to go back to the last time, okay? Returning back to that last time, okay? Super important, guys. Let's practice pronunciations here. Pero queriendo volver a la última vez. So guys, something I want to refer to very quickly, guys, is depending on what kind of accent you're trying to imitate. And what's really important, guys, whenever you're learning Spanish, that you actually try to imitate and stick to one language. I'm from Venezuela, so I speak Caribbean Spanish. It's quite similar to maybe Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, but still a little bit different. We have our own twang. We're kind of somewhere in between, let's say, Colombia and Puerto Rico. That's where our accent comes in. And for example, what you find with most countries that are in the Caribbean is that the S, when we finish with an S, like vamos, we drop it. Okay, so for example, here, Bad Bunny actually wouldn't say volver a la última vez. He would actually say volver a la última vez, which drops the Z. The Z, we drop it exactly the same way as we drop the S, guys. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Y means and. A los ojos te miré. Okay, so here, y and at. So a here, guys, can actually mean to, but also it can mean at. So depending on the context, super important that you know that this word can change between at or to. So here we're referring to a, okay, to. Y a los ojos, so here we have ojos, means eyes, okay? So guys, now super important that we remember that in Spanish we use our articles a lot more than we use in English, okay? So los ojos, los we use when we're referring to nouns that are masculine in a plural form, okay? So here's what we're saying is and to the eyes, te miré. Okay, so here, mirar. Okay, the word mirar means to look, to see. Okay, and here we're using the reflexive pronoun te. So guys, you want to remember that in Spanish we have different grammatical forms. So te miré, it means to your eyes, I looked. Okay, but really what he's trying to say is, and I looked into your eyes. Okay, I looked into your eyes. So we practice that, guys. Y a los ojos te miré. Y a los ojos te miré. Nice, nice. Okay, fantastic, guys. Okay, so you can see, y contarte las cosas que no te conté. Okay, so y, we know before, it means and. Contar means to tell, but it can also mean to count. Okay, in this way, we're talking about contar as in to tell. And you can see here, he's added the reflexive verb, right? Te, that we used before when we're referring to you, to looking at you, into your eyes, okay? Contarte, it means to tell you. He's using the infinitive form and adding the reflexive verb, the reflexive pronoun at the end. Las cosas, again, we hear cosas, okay? We're referring to things. And here the article before is las, okay? Why is it las? Because cosas ends in as, okay? It ends in a, which means that we know it's a feminine noun, okay? So because it's a feminine noun, we're going to use the feminine article. And then we say que. What do we mean by que here, guys? We don't mean what, we mean that. No te conté. Now you can see here, no, it's the negative, okay? No te conté. What no te conté means is I didn't tell you, okay? So what Bad Bunny is trying to tell you here is saying, and tell you the things that I didn't tell you before, okay? Because here we have que no te conté. In Spanish, it's quite simple to the negative form because in English we tend to use like didn't, don't, doesn't, won't. However, in Spanish, we tend to just use the word no. So we just say no, whenever we want to say a negative, no te conté, no te quiero, no quiero hablar. You can see there that it doesn't change. We keep the form of the positive and we just add no before to refer to a negative, guys. Let's move on to the next one. We can say, y contarte las cosas que no te conté. So guys, super important, guys. What you can see here with te conté that I told you, okay, is that you have a little accent on top of the E. What does this mean? This means that you want to stress that syllable a little bit more, okay? Que no te conté, right? You want to give it a little bit more pronunciation. Similar in English, we have our stress, but we tend to just know when to add the stress. For example, when you say like dessert and desert, right? You know that it depends on where you have the stress. In Spanish, what you want to use, whenever you have a tilde, right? You want to stress that vowel sound. Que no te conté, okay? Let's keep going. Y tirarte las fotos que no te tiré. Now, this is very clever because here, normally, and actually for me, I had to actually learn what it meant because in Spanish, we normally tend to use, or in Venezuela, we tend to use the word tomar, like tomar fotos, right? But in Puerto Rico, they tend to use the word tirar. Tirar means to throw something, guys, okay? Y tirarte, and to throw things, no. What he's trying to say, tirar is, and to take you las fotos. So here, guys, a little bit of exception. We've already spoken about the feminine and the masculine noun, and already you can see one exception. He's not saying los fotos, he's saying las fotos, okay? It's an exception to the rule, okay? And then que no te tiré. Really, if you wanted to translate it really without knowing the slang, it would actually translate something like, and to throw the photos that I didn't throw. That doesn't make any sense, right? So here, tirar, it means to take, okay? So you say, y tirarte las fotos que no te tiré, and to take the photos that I didn't take. And we can see the translation here, and to take the photos of you that I didn't take, okay? Or you can say, and to take the photos that I didn't take before, okay? So let's practice the pronunciation, y tirarte las fotos que no te tiré. Again, you have the E, the accent. This is referring to past tense, but don't worry about that, guys. All you need to know is that when you see the tilde, you want to stress that vowel sound. Okay, let's keep going. Tengo el pecho pelado. Me di una mata. Okay, so here, tengo el pecho pelado. Tengo, it's I have. El pecho, my chest. Pelado actually means like without any skin, right? Without any hair. When estás pelado, it means without any hair. Okay, y me di una mata. And I gave myself let's find out myself, and I got hit hard. Even for myself, for example, looking at the lyrics, I actually have to learn while I teach you guys because Bad Bunny uses so many different slang, So many different forms of speaking that actually us, the rest of South America, don't fully understand all the time. So here what he's trying to say is, my chest feels bare. I got hit hard. Tengo el pecho pelado. Me di una mata. Okay, so this is super Puerto Rican slang. Me di una mata. Personally, I've never used that phrase like that before, but you can see why it's important to break down the lyrics, even for us native Spanish speakers. We don't fully always understand Bad Bunny. So let's practice the pronunciation, guys. We're going to say, tengo el pecho pelado, me di una mata. He doesn't actually say as well, tengo el pecho pelado, right? This would be a really proper pronunciation of the word. And instead of saying pelado, he would say pelao, pelao. This is something that we do quite often in the Caribbean, okay? So for example, we have the word like cuidado. Cuidado means like to be careful, right? But I don't say cuidado, I say cuidao, right? So normally we tend to drop these different words, and when it's like pelado, pelao, he drops the, pelao, pelao. All right, let's keep going, guys. El corazón dándome patada. Okay, el corazón dándome patada. And here, guys, we can already talk about a different pronunciation between Puerto Rico and, let's say, Spain Spanish. El corazón, that's how I would say it, el corazón, but people from Spain would actually say el corazón. So it's super important that you know the difference of how you want to pronunciate things, guys. But of course, we're listening to Bad Bunny. We're trying to break down Bad Bunny's music. So we're going to use the Puerto Rican pronunciation, right? Which is appropriate for the song. So, el corazón dándome patada. So here's we're using the word dar or darse, right? Which means to give, right? To give. And then he's using the reflexive pronoun me, dándome, giving me patada. Patada means like kicks, giving me kicks. El corazón dándome patada. So let's break it down. My heart is pounding, right? So you can see already the meaning itself changes once you don't actually break down the word by word. El corazón dándome patada. My heart is pounding, okay? My heart is pounding. So it's very important that you understand the way that sentences can change because of how we use words in Spanish in comparison to English. So let's practice pronunciation, guys. El corazón dándome patada. Nice, nice, guys. Let's keep going. Dime, baby, ¿dónde tú estás? Okay, here, dime comes from the word decir, right? It's an irregular verb. So dime is tell me. Baby, we know. Baby is same as in English. And we tend to use baby quite a lot in Spanish, to be fair. It's one of those words that just translates directly from English to Spanish because they're so commonly used in the English world. And then, ¿dónde tú estás? Okay, here, you can see here that donde has the tilde, right? Which means that we want to pronunciate that word a little bit more. ¿Dónde tú estás? Okay, again, if we're going to break this down into the Puerto Rican accent, we're going to say, ¿dónde tú estás? Similar to like how I would say, ¿dónde tú estás? I'm not going to say, ¿dónde tú estás? Right? No, because I don't really pronunciate my S's so much. I drop all the S's. I'm going to say, ¿dónde tú estás? Okay? So what's saying here, ¿dónde tú estás? Do you know what that means, guys? What Bad Bunny's saying is, tell me, baby, where you are at. Okay? Tell me, baby, where you are at. Where are you, baby? Okay? Tell me, baby, where are you? Okay? So let's practice that, guys. Dime, baby, ¿dónde tú estás? Nice. Let's keep going, guys. And then here we have, pa llegarle con Roro, Julito, Cristal. Okay, pa. So here, guys, we can see already has the little tilde there again. This is because he's shortening the words. Okay, so here saying not pa, but really saying para. Para means for. Okay, para llegarle, but it can also mean to. Okay, para llegar. Llegar means to arrive, and then le, we're using the reflexive object pronoun, not referring to any masculine or feminine, but in third person. Okay, para llegarle, to arrive with, okay, to arrive to, con Roro, Julito y Cristal, with Roro, Julito y Cristal. So here, Roro, Julito y Cristal, he's referring to famous Puerto Rico singers, famous Puerto Rican people, and they say to arrive with Roro, Julito y Cristal. Okay, so let's break it down. To show up with, okay, to show up with, to arrive with, similar, guys. Okay, let's break it down. Pa llegarle con Roro, Julito y Cristal. Okay, here it's picked up, he heard me say bad, but let's break it down one more time. So let's go one more time. Pa llegarle con Roro, Julito y Cristal. So Roy, Edgar, Seba, Oscar, Daniele, Big J, tocando bata. So here he's referring to people from Puerto Rico that is known, okay, big known singers, big known artists. Myself, I don't really know all of these, okay, 100%, I'll be honest, but I learn with you guys. I'm learning with you Bad Bunny slang, Bad Bunny history, Puerto Rican history. It's important that, well, guys, when you listen to this album, Debí, Tirar, Fotos, at least for myself, I learned a lot about Puerto Rico and Puerto Rican history and how let's say things have happened in the past. Okay, so it's important when you like these songs, guys, don't just try to sing try to find the meaning behind it. I think it's something really, really important that if you're trying to learn with music, you want to understand fully, not just what the lyrics mean, but the story behind the lyrics itself. Roy, Edgar, Seba, Oscar, Dalnelli, Big J tocando bata. Hoy la calle la dejamos desbaratada. What does this mean? Okay, hoy means today. La calle, we're referring to the streets. Okay, la dejamos, we will leave it. We will leave it desbaratada. Desbaratada here, we're going to leave it in chaos, in some craziness. What it's trying to say is that we're going to have a crazy party in the streets and we're going to leave it all in a big chaos because the party is going to be so insane. Today, we're going to leave the street in a big shit, okay? Because it's going to be a crazy, crazy party. Okay, so let's practice pronunciation, guys. Hoy la calle la dejamos desbaratada. Hoy la calle la dejamos desbaratada. Fantastic. So here, y sería cabrón que tú me toques el guiro, right? So here, y means and. Sería comes from the word ser, okay? But when we have this e at the end, we're normally using it to refer to would. So it's a hypothetical situation, right? Y sería, and it would be cabrón, right? So does everybody know what cabrón means? If you follow my channel, you might know it, okay? We tend to use cabrón in the Caribbean to it means bastard, right? But in Puerto Rico, it can also mean like amazing. They also use it. I use it, for example, in Venezuela to talk to my friends, like, hey, friend. But here, Bad Bunny is saying it would be amazing. It would be amazing que tú me toques el guiro, right? That you touch my dick, right? El guiro refers to his pene, right? That's what he's saying here, guys. So let's do it. Y sería cabrón que tú me toques el guiro. Nice, 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 nice. There you go, guys. Yo veo tu nombre y me salen suspiros, okay? So here, I see your name, and I start to breathe, right? So, suspiros, right? I'm like shocked. I'm like, I want to see your name. Every time I see your name, I'm mesmerized by it. I want to hear you one more time. So let's break it down. I see your name and it makes me sigh, okay? But he's not referring to sigh as a negative form. He's talking about it positively. Because I see your name and it almost like I skip a breath, right? You made me skip a heartbeat, right? So let's break it down. Yo veo tu nombre y me salen suspiros. No sé si son petardos o si son tiros, right? Let's break it down. What does this really mean? I don't know if they're firecrackers or if they're shots, okay? So tiros means shot and petardos means firecrackers, right? So here, obviously, he's in the streets of Puerto Rico. He doesn't know what he hears. If it's shots, if it's firecrackers, if it's something great, if it's something bad, we don't know. Are they having a party? Somebody in danger? So here it's really, really, really interesting the way that he refers to it. Okay, let's practice it. No sé si son petardos o si son tiros. And here we're talking about mi blanquita, perico, mi kilo. Okay, so here, mi blanquita, he's referring to my little white girl or my little whitey, let's say, my gringa, okay? So you can say, guys, in South America, and not in every South American country, but at least in the Caribbean, I know we like to use this ita to refer to, it's like a little bit of cariñoso, cute, you know, bonita, pequeñita, chamito. We use it to refer to like, it's a diminutive. So we're making things smaller, but we use it quite a lot, even when things aren't small. Okay, so mi blanquita, perico, mi kilo. So what's it referring to mi perico, guys? Does everybody know? Let's see. Mi perico is my Coke, right? My Coke, yes, the naughty one. And my kilo, right? So my white Coke, my kilo. Let's break it down. Mi blanquita, perico, mi kilo. Yo estoy en PR tranquilo, pero, so here, yo estoy en PR. Yo estoy means I am, en means in, PR he's referring to Puerto Rico. Yo estoy en PR, I'm in Puerto Rico. Tranquilo means calm, relaxed, okay? Pero, but. So let's break it down, guys. Yo estoy en PR, tranquilo, pero Ani, debí tirar más fotos de cuando te tuve. You might have heard this a lot, million times. 2025 was the year debí tirar más fotos. Apologies if you have to listen to me sing. I know I sound horribly. But here, debí. What does debí means, right? You've heard this a million times, but you know what it means? Debí means I should have. Okay, I should have. You might have heard debería haber hecho. That's another way of saying I should have. But here, Bad Bunny is in debí. Debí, I should have. We heard tirar. What does tirar mean, guys? Doesn't mean to throw. It means to take. Debí tirar más fotos. I should have taken more photos. De cuando te tuve. Of when I had you. Okay, so he's saying, really misses that somebody. I should have taken more photos of when I had you. Debí tirar más fotos de cuando te tuve. So here, debí darte más besos y abrazos las veces que pude. Right? I should have. Dar, to give. Darte, to give you. Más besos. More kisses. Abrazos, hugs. las veces que pude, the times that I could have, okay? So what he's saying is I should have given you more kisses, more hugs, the time that I could, okay? I didn't, but I should have done more, okay? Let's break it down. I should have given you more kisses and hugs the times that I could. Debí darte más besos y abrazos las veces que pude. Ojalá que los míos nunca se muden. So guys, do we know what it means here? Ojalá, ojalá. I love this word. I use it a lot in Spanish. It means I hope, but also in a way we can use it means like I wish, you know, like when somebody says like, hey man, do you think you're going to come to the party? And maybe I'm going to be busy. I say, ojalá. I wish, I hope I can make it, okay? So, ojalá que los míos nunca se muden. So what Baba is here is referring to my people. Los míos is my people, mi gente, mi cariño, la gente mía, okay? I hope that my people never move, okay? I hope that my people never leave, okay? Y si hoy me emborracho, ¿qué? Pues que me ayuden. I love this part, okay? And he said, and today if I get drunk, I hope that my people help me. I hope that they get drunk with me, okay? This is the motto of my life. If I get drunk, I hope I'm with my people, okay? So again, he's sí is not yes. He's referring to if. And hoy me emborracho, pues que me ayuden. And if today I get drunk, I hope that they help me, okay? Y si hoy me emborracho, pues que me ayude. O voy a estar con abuelo todo el día jugando el dominó, okay? This is really cool. I mean, if you have any South American friends, maybe in the Caribbean, maybe South American. I grew up with my family playing lots of dominoes. Like my mom is a huge domino player and she's really competitive in any sports, I think, or any kind of board game. I'm quite similar in that way. I love to win. But domino, it's part of our culture. If you go to Venezuela, you would see people just playing domino in the streets, you know, between the families, and it's just something that people do to get to know each other, to share time, to share moments together. So if you haven't played dominoes before, or you want to impress your friends, make sure you learn. So when you see your friends, bring a domino set and beat their ass, you know. So hoy voy a estar con abuelo todo el día. Today voy a is really good to remember, guys, because voy a means I'm going to. Okay, voy a estar con abuelo todo el día. Today I'm going to be with granddad all day. Again, here, todo el día. So when you have todo el día, okay, we can put this together and we say todo el día. Jugando dominó. Si me preguntas si aún pienso en ti. So if he asks me, or if he asks me, and if I still think of you, okay? So, si me preguntan si aún pienso en ti. Yo le digo que no. I tell him not. I tell him I don't. So in Spanish, we want to give negative sentences, we just add the word no. Yo le digo que no. I tell him I don't, okay? Yo le digo que no. Nice, let's keep going. Que mi estadía cerquita de ti ya se terminó. Que mi estadía cerquita de ti ya se terminó. Let's find out what this really means. So, that my time staying close to you is already over. Okay, so here, that my time staying with you is already over. I'm telling my grandfather that I'm playing dominoes, that my time with you has passed. We're no longer together. It has finished. Let's practice pronunciation, guys. Que mi estadía cerquita de ti ya se terminó. Again, guys, you can see how the tilde and how I use the pronunciation, okay? Enunciate. The stress is on that vowel sound. Terminó. No terminó, but terminó. Que prendan las máquinas, voy pa' Santurce. Okay, here. Que prendan las máquinas. That they turn on the machines, okay? Voy para Santurce. Santurce is a location, okay? I'm going to Santurce. Que prendan las máquinas, turn on the machines, I'm going to Santurce. Aquí todavía se queda caña, okay? What do you think this means, guys? And they still drink rum, okay? Here, they still drink rum. If you guys don't know, Venezuela actually has the best rum. Sorry, Puerto Rico. Diplomático, try it out. Here, they still drink rum, okay? La caña, depending on what country you're speaking or what country you're referring to. For example, I know that in Spain, caña means like a small beer. For example, I didn't know that they refer to caña in Puerto Rico as ron. In Venezuela, we just say ron. So, aquí todavía se da caña. Nice, 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 nice. Let's keep going, guys. Checatea las babies. Diablo, mami, qué dulce. Okay, this is like super slang and super like English, Spanglish kind of sound. Chequetear, right? Chequetear means comes from the word cheque, from the word check. Chequear, right? I think we say that mostly in the Caribbean. I know Venezuela we use it quite a lot. But chequetea las babies. Check out the babies. Check out the girls. Check out the baddies. Diablo. So Diablo here is not saying like devil. He's saying like damn, right? So they love to say Diablo in Puerto Rico to mean like damn, like wow, this is crazy shit. So Diablo. Mami que dulce. Mami, he's not referring to his mom. He's referring to a sexy girl. And que dulce, how sweet, how sweet. Okay, so que in this accent, in this moment, he's not talking about that. Now we're talking about how. Look at those baddies. Damn, sexy, how sweet. Practice the pronunciation. Checate las babies. Diablo, mami, que dulce. It's like I'm Bad Bunny, I know. Hoy yo quiero beber, beber, beber. Like everyone on a nice summer day, today I want to drink, drink, drink. Guys, remember you have here the pronunciation, guys. If you want to practice it, pause it, practice the pronunciation, and repeat it one more time. Let's get going. Hablar mierda hasta que me expulsen. Okay, what does it mean here? And to talk shit until they kick me out, until they get rid of me, okay? To talk shit until they get rid of me. So let's practice the pronunciation, guys. Are you ready? See the pronunciation. Practice it for me. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's see it. Y hablar mierda hasta que me expulsen. Guys, let's keep going, guys. Estoy bien loco, estoy bien loco. So here, if you actually listen to the song, it doesn't actually say estoy bien loco. He actually says estoy bien loco. And again, similar to what we said before, guys, how we like to shorten our words, we said para, pal, todo, el, tol. Similar here. I know it's written here, estoy bien loco, estoy bien loco. That's what he actually says. But Bad Bunny likes to say estoy bien loco. Okay, so he dropped the ES and say estoy bien loco. Estoy bien loco. Estoy bien loco. Estoy bien loco. Fantastic. Okay. What does that mean? It means I'm so drunk. I'm so drunk. Okay. But really, here is I'm crazy. I'm drunk. So normally we use loco when you're a little bit wavy. Okay. Estoy bien loco. I'm having a good time. It's amazing. Estoy bien loco. Okay. You can say, how are you, man? Estoy bien loco. Estoy bien loco. And now you say, cabrón, guía tú. Que hasta caminando yo estoy que choco. Okay. So here he's saying like, dudes, like motherfucker, you guide me. Even if I'm walking, I'm gonna hit something. Okay, choco means chocar. It means like you hit something. Okay, so cabrón, dude, you drive because even walking, I'm about to crash. Exactly. So here you can see, guys, cabrón. Before we mentioned that he was gonna be amazing. Now he's referring to my man, my guy, my dude. Okay, let's practice. Cabrón, guía tú, que hasta caminando yo estoy que choco. Vamos a disfrutar que nunca se sabe si nos queda poco. Okay, so vamos a disfrutar. Guys, we said disfrutar before means to enjoy, to have a good time. So vamos a disfrutar. Let's have a good time. Que nunca se sabe si nos quedan poco. He's saying here that you never know if we have a short time to live. We never know if we only have a short time to live for the rest of our life. Let's enjoy because you never know if we have little time left. Okay, very deep. I love this song. So nice. And then we get back into it. Debí tirar más fotos. We know this, guys. I should have taken more photos, right? Gente, los quiero con cojones, los amo. So he didn't say gente, it means people, but he's saying my people, my people. Los quiero con cojones. Here's I love you with my balls, okay? Obviously, he's not really referring to my balls here, but he's saying I love you so much, man. I love you so much. You guys are my people. Los amo. I love you guys. Gracias por estar aquí, de verdad. And this I'm saying to you guys as well. Thank you for being here and supporting this video, guys. Gracias por estar aquí, de verdad. Vamos a ver. Gracias por estar aquí, de verdad. Thank you for being here, really, guys. Para mí es importante que estén aquí. Okay, here he's saying, for me, it's important that you're here. Okay, para mí es importante que estén aquí. For me, it's important that you, my people, are here with me. I feel you, Bad Bunny. I feel the same for you guys who are watching my video right now. I'm trying to learn some Spanish with some music, following me and supporting me. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and drop down a comment for the next song you want me to break down. Doesn't have to be Bad Bunny. I'm doing Bad Bunny right now because it's Super Bowl. If you have another song, any salsa, classic, merengue, bachata, whatever it is, guys, drop me down a comment and I'll break that song down for you. And I'll make sure that you guys make the benefits of listening to his music and learning Spanish with it. For me, it's very important that you're here, guys. Same for me, guys. Cada uno de ustedes significa mucho para mí. Y cada uno means each one, okay? De ustedes, of you guys, significa, signifies, but really it means here. So I want to say, mucho para mí, a lot to me. Cada uno de ustedes significa mucho para mí. Each one of you means a lot to me, guys. Así que, so that, vamos para la foto. Let's go to the photos, okay? What he's really saying is like, let's go take some photos, right? So that's what he's trying to say, the whole lyrics, right? Let's make sure we take photos of the moments that we enjoy and make the most out of them. Venga pa' acá. He's saying venga means come here. And then para acá, all right? He's actually merged two words before, as we said before. Todo, el, tol, para, pa, okay? Para acá, pa' acá. Now he's saying, so let's go for the photos. Let's take some photos. Come here. Okay, meterse todo el mundo, todo el corrillo, vamos. Everybody get involved, right? And that's what I love about this song. It's not just saying my Puerto Rican people, it's saying everyone, my Latinos, my gringos, my africanos, my europeos, todo el mundo. Venga mi mundo, todo el mundo, todo el corrillo. Here corrillo is referring to, I think it's a Puerto Rican slang. It means my people, mi gente, my G's, my motherfuckers, my real ones, you know. Vamos. So he's saying everyone get involved, my people, let's go. Ya Bernie tiene el nene y Han las nenas. Okay, what does it mean? He's referring to people. He said, Bernie already has the boy and Jan has the girls. Okay, ya Bernie tiene el nene y ya en las nenas. Nene really refers to boy and nenas means girls. Ya no estamos para las movies y las cadenas. We're no longer about flashy stuff or the chains, okay? We're not here to, for las movies, he's referring to how you are in Hollywood. We're not here for that sort of flashy lifestyle anymore, guys. We're here for the best time, okay? We're no longer here to be showy, to be stunting, or for showing off my chains. No, 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 no. Ya no estamos para las movies y para las cadenas. Estamos para las cosas que valgan la pena. We're here for the things that are worth its time, okay? Para el perreo, la salsa, la bomba, la plena. So here, he's actually referring to different types of dances, different types of music, okay? And I love it, I love it, I love all of these. We say, chequeate la mía, ¿cómo es que suena? What is he referring to here, guys? Check out mine. Check out how mine sounds, okay? My music. Check out how it sounds. Chequéate la mía, ¿cómo es que suena? Finish off, guys. Y tú me envías más nudes, okay? And for you to send me more nudes, baby, okay? So guys, thank you so much for sticking around and taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, guys. We're gonna be breaking down all your favorite Hispanic songs. If you have a song, guys, remember, put it down in the comments. Let me know what song you want me to do next. And I'm going to be doing a video every single week to begin with. I'm gonna try to be doing as many videos as possible. If you have anything you want me to do, guys, let me know in the comments. Thank you for your support. And let's go. Vamos con todo, mi gente.